Welcome back to Ferocious Education. This is Ed. Today I'm giving an update on VXRT. So you might want to look back into my previous DD if you want to look into a full-on look into the company, including their presentation and pipelines. I've done that before. So this is more off the latest trend in this stock, and as well on what I expect the next movement to be for this stock. So first things first, we're going to be looking at 1 month, 1 day. So we get to look at here the average directional index is sitting in at a proper strength. Somewhere where I like it to be around between 20 and 45. The willing percent R is sitting in more neutral level, which is amazing for me here. Going in towards the momentum, you can get to see that the stock has pulled back a little, but it hasn't fallen down quite a bit in terms of momentum, so it still has a good attention compared to what it has previously. In terms of MACD, it seems to still be positive MACD. The histogram the MACD line is above the signal line, so that's amazing. The histogram seems to be declining quite a little. So somewhere around here, I would say we probably broke a little bit off the trend, but we still have to look into the 1 hour phase in order to determine that. Now, taking a quick look into the volumes, you can get to see that there's been a drop of volume compared to what we've seen here on the 26th of June. So you want to be careful of that, especially if the volume goes below 1 relatively. Now, the volume right now, I believe the average is around 15 million. If it drops down 15 million, then you might be in trouble since the price can really suffer quite a bit. So you want to make sure that once you see that kind of signal, you want to perhaps stay out of the stock or be ready to average down. The 10 SMA is above the 30 SMA is below the 10 SMA, so that's a good sign. Going into the 5 days, 1 hour period, we get to see that the stock price is above the 200 SMA, which is amazing. Looking into the average directional index, we're seeing a little bit sloppy here, but willing percent R is a little bit on the oversold part, so that's good. The MACD seems to be actually going from negative to positive, which is amazing news, especially since it's been trading a little bit towards the negative for quite a bit. Now, what you want to make sure is it doesn't actually fall down quite quickly. So you get to see here that it did see just a very brief positive MACD before dropping down. You want to check on that in the morning. Going towards the moving averages, we get to see that the stock is well above the moving average, but that's due to the COVID-19 vaccine news. So that's still justifiable. We're going to be taking a quick look here into the 50 SMA. Right around here, the stock price is still above the 50 SMA and 200 SMA, so that's amazing. The stock price is still considered over the 1 month period above the RSI in terms of the over bought period, but still willing percent R gave it a little bit off neutral, so I'll trust that a little bit more, but still can actually see quite a pullback. But I really doubt that, especially with COVID rising back again, and this is a COVID play. Going towards the Fibonacci Retracement, this is the exact Fibonacci Retracements I drew the last time. So I'm going to be taking a look into the 1 month, 1 hour period. And we can see that it still holds. It has a good support somewhere around 687. And I'm going to go through the trend line here in a second to try to determine. So the trend, the current price where you might consider selling. So the current trend line is still positive. It still hasn't broken that trend line I drew from before. Going in through a little bit of a bit of a wedge here, and it could be also considered an ascending triangle. But what it seems here is that there's a bullish flag around here, so you might actually see a breakthrough happening sometime soon. Me myself, I would not consider buying it for one reason. The price right now is 744, and the stock price before in month was 210, but COVID is rising, so it really is going to be playing on news. But right now, in terms of technical analysis, it is signaling for a possible breakout sometime soon. But it's a little bit of a mixed signal with the RSI being a little bit on the red side. So it's almost quite a bit off, 60% sure it will see green. So it's still not a good number for me. But let's take a quick look into the news to see if we're seeing anything here new. So nothing new from the last time. There's still, as I said before, COVID-19 is going in almost to phase 1, so that's a good place to be right now. They're working on one of the only mouth vaccines, so that's still considered, in terms of oral vaccines, still considered a good breakthrough. Not a lot of new news, but there is anticipation to some news, especially if you watched my last video. I referred to what the next PR catalyst could be, and we still haven't had any of those. Once those come in with the positive news, which we're expecting it to be positive, this might actually see a nice run. Thank you very much. Let me know what you think down in the comment below. Make sure to share, subscribe, and like, and have a wonderful day.